Hello, my name is Paul Katz. I'm the Chief Software Architect at LeapSeed Solutions, and in this demo we're going to go over the capabilities of the Data Manager toolset. Data Manager allows the platform to work with database table structures and provide interfaces so users can add records, edit records, view them, work with sub-records, export a variety of data, and a bunch of other usage scenarios. So for this example, we're going to go through a common use of the tool as well as maybe somewhat of an atypical use. And so we'll start with a common one. Let's click on contacts on this web demo. This is a data manager section which has been configured to work with contact tables. If we open up our SharePoint server, our SQL server, my apologies, you can see that we have several contact tables, tContact being the primary. You can see we have honorific, first name, last name, middle name, and then we have a variety of subtables such as email addresses and regular addresses. So if we look how Data Manager has been configured to work with that, let's go to let's view all the records in the database, and we'll go ahead and click on me, and you can see that for all the fields in the database, there's a correlation with fields on the interface. Data Manager supports the ability to have plus and minus grouping for fields, so you don't have to display them all at once. And it also supports subrecords. You know, these address slots correspond to the tContact address table. Data Manager supports n-level subrecords, so you can really have data on multiple levels. And in addition to edit, you have a view page capability. If you wanted to, you could search. We have a standard search page. And on our results pages, we also have drill down capabilities. So let's say we look at me, and then let's check out contact addresses. We could check out email addresses. Maybe do a little sorting. So there's a bunch of rich interface behaviors for working with the data. It's also possible to export all the data into a CSV or Excel sheet, and you may also save your export configurations if you plan on using them later. So how this is all configured? If we go ahead and click Edit this section, you can see that this is the section administrative tool for LeapSeed. We have our database connection set up to hit the tContact table. We have all the database fields set up. So first name, we look at this, and you can see what the field label is set up to be, what the field size is. You can really set it. It's a text field, but it could be any number of interface elements, and you can also determine which screens fields appear on. A key part of LeapSeed is that you have very good granular control of security. You can determine what user groups can do what with each record. The administrative group pretty much has a green light to do anything. But for, say, the staff members, you could say, well, you can read, search, add, edit, but maybe not delete. Or you might limit the import-exportation capabilities. And you have menuing to determine how the section appears on the top of the screen. There's a bunch of other settings that we won't go into detail in this video, but suffice to say, there's a lot of customization and flexibility with this tool set. So let's take a look at one of the atypical examples. Let's say that you want to build a database that correlates personal goals of your staff members with tactical goals, with semi-strategic goals, all the way up to the large strategic goals of your organization. So what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm filling out a personal goal for myself, 2009, Paul Katz, and I'm going to say, I know one of the tactical goals is to set up a hiring practice for enlisting design talent. So a goal of mine is, I plan to attend for visual design hiring events this year. The goal is to hire a minimum of 2 visual designers So I click Save. Now if we look at the database, actually, that tactical goal was correlated with a strategic goal of a semi-strategic goal, a tactical goal of setting up the hiring practice for enlisting design talent, which is the semi-strategic goal of establishing in-house visual design, a visual design department, which is tied to the highest strategic goal of pursuing a pursuit of service-based offerings to balance out product-based offerings. So, you see that in this grid. And if we go to strategic goals, which really attacks the data from a top-down level, we can drill into each individual goal. So if we look at, say, the strategic goal here, pursuing services to balance out our product-based offerings, you can see we have a couple goals: establish a green in-house consulting service, but also establish an in-house visual design department. So, we click one level down. And of course, to do that, you would need to set up a tactical goal of setting up a hiring practice for enlisting the talent. And then you really can look at what your individuals are doing and see whether they're complete. So what LeapSeed lets you do is that if you have a unique idea or really a unique way of working with data that you want to quickly build a tool around, LeapSeed provides the ability to quickly map out the structures in the database and then create an active working, breathing tool quickly. If we look at the database, we can see that the goal tables are right here: the personal goals, the semi-strategic goals, the strategic goals, and tactical. And taking a quick look at the configuration, it's very similar to that of the contact section. We have our database tables, we have our structure, and we have a tree which relates all the records to each other. So in short, the Data Manager toolset lets you build flexible, very powerful applications very quickly to service a variety of vertical business needs. Thank you for your time, and I hope this video has been helpful.